Oh, Nelly, did I ever mess up the schedule? And I don't know how it happened, but I do know what happened. So I just wanted to give you a little update in terms of where we've been and why we're sort of taking a pause and then going back in time. So what happened was I started doing all of this, and at the end of Unit 1, Activity 7, and the 8 content, was just to read that I went into Unit 2, Activity 1. And here's what you guys should have seen last week, only I've changed it now. For some reason, I had things like, and you can go back in the schedule and see it, I had it suddenly as U2A3, Unit 2, Activity 3, even though it was still only Unit 2, Activity 1. And I want to thank the students that pointed this out. Don't even know how it happened. But what it did is it started, like, as I go through the schedule, I saw what we did on the 21st, and it actually said Unit 2, Activity 3. And then I just carried on with giving you more work from Unit 2, Activity 3. So to clarify, October 17th to the 21st, what was open were all of these discussions. I'm going to reopen all of these discussions for Unit 2, Activity 1, because I messed it up so badly in the schedule here. It was correct in the calendar. So if you were going by the calendar and not this horrible mistake, then you should have been good. But I just want to make sure that I have everyone coming on the same journey with me. So I'm going to reopen all of those discussions. And if you missed it, you can still post in there. And if you already posted in there, then you're good to go and you can move on. The good thing is these are all really short discussions in Unit 2, Activity 1, where you can post in, just see what other people posted in there, and then you can contribute. So again, I'll open up all of those discussions. So for anyone who I'm going to carry on, just because we're going to fall behind, if we continue to sort of look at Unit 2, Activity 1. So if you worked on the putting it all together assignment, you can definitely put it in the Dropbox. I'll give it for bonus marks for anybody who did do it. If you did not submit anything here, I'm not going to deduct marks at all. We're just going to carry on. So at the end of Unit 2, Activity 1, there was creating a short narrative, which was writing a perspective story. And it was a really short one. So if you did it, you can hand it in there. The Dropbox is open on there. Okay. So all of these are going to open up. And so what should have happened here, we're going to travel on into the new schedule for this week. So on Monday was a PA day. You are not required to be online, even if out of board. And it was just a catch-up day for anybody who needed it. Today, which was the 25th, I have teacher revised schedule today. I want to put that in there as to why the schedule looks like this. And what I had emailed out to all of you and put in the news feed was that I wanted you to read and make notes for Unit 2, Activity 2. So by the time you're seeing this, I will have opened up the discussions and these particular assignments that you're going to be working on this week. So I'm going to flip over to Unit 2, Activity 2, and just take you through what you're going to be working on this week. So because you might be doing multiple things, I just wanted to make sure it was fairly simple and easy to follow along, seeing as we're starting it on a Wednesday and you'll have 3 days to go through some of these activities. The large percentage of Unit 2, Activity 2 is reading. So as we go through, there's some great videos about the Bechdel test, and it's really about females and representation within movies. And so you can look at this for any form of media. And so there's some great information in there. So when it comes to this particular one, this should be open. You shouldn't have a problem taking that test. If not, I'm going to go through. And it's not for evaluation. It's just to look at this video and what passes or what doesn't. So it's an activity just to test your knowledge. You shouldn't need a passcode. You shouldn't need anything to get in there. I'll make sure it's open. All right, so more information on the Bechdel test. And then we have lots of writer's notebook, just looking at some of the resources or some of the things that might be really important to pay attention to. The next one is about cultural appropriation. So looking at the idea of looking at different cultures. And so this is really important information, as one of my favorite books by this author, its name is 3-Day Road, is an amazing perspective about Indigenous and First Nations people within World War I and the effect that it had on them, as well as colonization. But Joseph Boyden is not Indigenous himself. So the question is, should he be writing from that perspective? So that's what this particular section is. And using that information, here is a discussion that you'll be participating in. So we go back here. On Wednesday, I want you to work on what you think about those things. So going through the material, and then it's due by the 27th, which by the time you see this, again, you'll see that in the calendar. Okay, so let's go back to that material. There's a discussion using that information above. Scrolling down, there's a lot of different activities here that you can record for Writer's Notebook. Again, there's no Dropbox for these. These are to gain knowledge and information. So this was a very text-heavy activity. So again, Writer's Notebook, enrichment, all of these things are simply for information, including both of those videos. So you can watch those videos. You can go through a number of different perspectives. So here's where we're going to get to the assignment. So aside from that perceptions discussion all the way at the top, here's where we have what you're going to be doing is in your writer's notebook, you're going to imagine a car crash. Take a moment to decide who you are, and you're going to share your perspective in 100 to 150 words. Then you're going to go to the eyewitness discussion, and you're going to post your account in there, and you're going to comment on your group members' stories using these bullet points. So you will see the discussion open, and if we go back here, that discussion is due on Friday. So you should be working on it on Thursday and definitely have it posted to your stories and commenting on the posts of others by Friday. So you're going to post your story and comment on the posts of others. This will change a little bit because I'm going to delete a step. So as we go through, there's a step here. You will see this disappear. You won't see that or the discussion. So what I want you to do is from posting in that discussion right up top, then you're going to look at the comments by your peers, and you're going to revise and work on a good copy of that same narrative of the car crash. Sorry, my mouse is deciding not to work. So this right here, you're going to take that story and then you're going to revise it and hand in a good copy. And just make sure you follow these steps. I'm going to revise them and edit them so that you'll see the final copy there as to what you need to do, and looking at your writing and your writing style and some of the goals that you might be setting for yourself. Okay, I hope all of that makes a little bit more sense. And then we'll be wrapping up Unit 2, Activity 2 this week. And then what I had posted for this week, I have moved to next week. So I've taken everything there and I've added in the assignments from Unit 2, Activity 2, and then you'll see the rest of Unit 2, Activity 3 as we move through next week. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. I'm so sorry for the confusion, but I hope that you were able to sort of see what we're doing, what we need to catch up on, and where we're going. So let me know if I can help. Let me know if you need assistance. I'm here to help you.